Hello, I am making this video from the Okanagan Lake in Kelowna, and I haven't done a video for a while. Been busy living life and getting lessons and lots going on, but I felt compelled to do this video today. For one, because I don't think I've ever witnessed this lake so calm and so peaceful. And you know, they say your exterior is a reflection of your interior, so maybe that's also a sign that I am calm and peaceful. And I want to share a little story with you. I had actually planned to go to another little community last Thursday, and it was a plant medicine ceremony that I was going to do. And I've done it before, but for some reason this time I felt called to go. So I prepared myself for the weeks coming, cleaned up my diet, did all those things I was supposed to do to make this experience good and well, and got in my Jeep truck and headed out. I was up all night anyways, with anticipation, and so I just got in my truck. I think it was about 3 a.m. and you know, it was still pitch black out, but you know, I knew the morning was coming soon, so it was only a few hours of darkness. I've traveled lots in the dark before, so I wasn't worried. And anyway, so I get on the road and I get about half hour down the highway, and I pull over to a rest stop, use the outhouse, put on a sweater because I'm cold, and I continue down the road a little further, and about 5 minutes later I had a few trucks flash me, and so I thought, you know, there was a deer on the road or something, so I slowed down and I paid really close attention for a bit, and nothing was happening. So I resumed my speed, and you know, just with awareness, but not too much worry, just assumed that whatever was on the highway has gone. So I come around this corner, and all of a sudden I see this colossal spruce tree that is across the highway, but it's high. It's up, I don't know how high, it just looks high. So I do not have time to brake. I do not have time to make much of a decision other than to go around, which would be into oncoming traffic, or to try and get under. So I tried to go under, and I didn't fit. My truck hit with such force. The windshield of a Jeep truck is very flat and straight up and down, and when I didn't clear the tree, the top part of the truck slammed so hard into the tree, and I bust through somehow. I must have popped under, and I stop. I get out, I look at the truck. I'm in shock of what just happened. The windshield is shattered. And so I look at my truck, and then I realize I had just popped through, and it's probably a very dangerous place to be standing. So I get back in my truck, edge to the side of the highway, go a little further, around another corner, and I park and I call 911. And the police officer says, yes, we're aware of the tree down. And I said, well, you need to be aware faster because it's very dangerous and I just hit it. And so they put an urgency in it. They sent an officer onto the highway. They sent an ambulance. And I sat there with my hands up in the air, glass shattered everywhere. And I look over on my passenger seat and I see this branch. And then the realization comes to me that that branch had come through the windshield, and I was actually holding it. When I got out to look at my truck, I put the branch down on the passenger seat. So I was actually holding that branch. So that branch, which is like huge, like it's like big, a trunk of a branch, came right in at me. So my head starts to spin, my mind starts to wander as I'm sitting there waiting, and I called my daughter, and then she says, I'm coming to get you. And I said, oh, just wait, it could just be the windshield, and I'll, be able to change the windshield and continue on. And she says, no, Mom, I'm coming. So I came to that. She helped me come to that realization that this was way more serious than I was anticipating and thinking, and I was not thinking straight for sure. And so I'm sitting there and thinking, that branch could have impaled me. It could have been, it starts spinning with all of these things that could have happened. And when the police officer shows up, he had come from the other direction, so he didn't see the tree. And he's, talking to me and asking me if I'm okay. And he said that he did get an ambulance, so it's on its way. And they show up and they started to help remove all of the glass. I had chunks stuck in my head, in my hands, all inside my clothes. So she helped me so much. She gave me bug spray because I was getting eaten alive and didn't even know it by these bugs. And then the police officer comes back, and his eyes are huge, and he can't even believe what I just went through. And so all that time that I sat there, part of me is grateful that I pushed through, because there was vehicles that came behind me, and I made a way. And maybe I was somebody's guardian angel that day. I don't know. It was a way for me to believe that, I was, for one, not meant to go to that plant medicine retreat, and for two, that I could have helped save lives that morning. I flashed all the vehicles coming the other way. I made a hole, and I just feel so blessed to be alive. I feel so happy that I'm still here. I still have things to do. I don't want to die. I've had now 6 near-death experiences, and I think that with each one, it just brings me closer to grace, and knowing that I'm divinely protected somehow. I made it through without a scratch. I had a few little cuts from the glass, but I was okay, other than some whiplash and, the shock of hitting a tree at that speed. But I'm sitting here on this lake with just such calmness, and I can't even explain how grateful I am for this moment, and to have chosen to come here and be with myself for a week. Even though I didn't do the plant medicine, I still got a heck of a lesson, a heck of a atonement. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. But it's always that invitation to just, really be in the moment. And this always could be our last moment here on earth in this body. So I invite you to do that, and it doesn't take a near-death experience or a big disease or something bad to happen. You can choose it at any moment you desire. And, this is about 600 kilometers away from my hometown, and I found a lot of myself here when I moved here a few years back, and it has a big part of my heart, and I can come anytime I want to and just get in my vehicle and drive carefully and just be. So yeah, here I am in this beautiful, amazing place. The smoke is coming in a little from the fires, but that seems to be a yearly occurrence now. So just accept it. It is what it is, and it's still beautiful, and it is what we make it. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, such a pleasure to be in this life, to be in this moment. I wish you all well and peace and harmony, and until next time.